So if you're there, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm not giving you the quality product that you deserve. I'm sorry I'm so bloody angry right now. But I can't figure that out, and I'm not going to waste any more of your time. The WARNO, every Friday night, lasts the length of one beer. Tonight's beer provided to us by Beer Snob Dave, as usual. All right, he is the gift that keeps on giving. Beer Snob Dave not only gives us the beer, but he gives us the story behind the beer, and he just knows so much about beer that I like having him around. He's fun to have around, old Beer Snob Dave. This is a Murphy's Irish Stout. It's 14.9 fluid ounces, made with only the top ingredients, and something I didn't know, stouts are not as strong as regular beer. This Murphy's Irish Stout, for instance, is only 4%. Now, what you don't know, what you possibly don't know, what I did not know, is inside this can is magic. You heard? Magic. There's science in the can. And when I open the can, per Dave's instruction, Beer Snob Dave's instructions, I must open the can like a man. Because the opening of the can, like a man, explodes a nitrogen gel inside. So I have to open it like a man. And I shall do that as, that fingernail's missing. Oh, I can't fail here. Here we go. Like a man, baby. All right, I opened that like a man. It definitely opened. It's got a lot of flavor to it. The directions on the can remind you, never pour straight in, pour at a 45-degree angle. Now that little capsule releases nitrogen into the stout. And I just lost my TikTok audience. Awesome. What else could possibly go wrong? Don't know, don't care. We're going to get through this together. Me and you, the Tainies and the Julies, and maybe the Corys. Oh, I heard the capsule. I heard it. Now I got to go turn that off. Or repurpose. I'll repurpose that one. No, I can't, because that refuses to allow me on Facebook, because it just won't let me. It won't let me. Listen. That was the nitrogen thingy. Inside the thingy, inside the can, this nitrogen thing. And Dave says, you got to let it sit. You got to let it do its thing. The thing is doing the thing, and it's rising. Gently, it's rising. You can look, I'll show you closely. If you look, you can see the bubbles moving in that direction. See that? You see the head is getting smaller and smaller. It's supposed to be a perfect line. So we're going to let that do its thing. I'm going to go back over to this one. See if I can do anything with it. Just hard power it off. Restart. I'll restart that because look at that. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Now, every Friday I try to do a beer review, and Beer Snob Dave is kind enough to give us beers that we didn't try before or didn't know anything about. He took the time to educate me on this. Again, stouts are less alcohol than like a Bud Light. This is only 4%. So you can drink more of them. It's lighter. It's less alcoholic. And it really does put a beautiful head on it. Look at that. Because of this little nitrogen thing that explodes when you open the can in a manly fashion. That's a lot of technology in a single beer can. Is it worth it? We'll find out in a second. We'll start the timer. Now remind you, I'm not a beer connoisseur. I'm not a beer sommelier. I'm just a guy who drinks beer. And I give you my opinion, and my opinion uses words that beer people probably don't use. We'll find out what I think about this right now as we start the timer. It smells very stouty. It smells like every Irish person I ever met. And I don't know if that correlates. Maybe they have a cologne that smells like this, but a lot of my genuinely Irish friends have a smell much like this. It's got a bite to it. It's got that really smooth, delicate foam, and then underneath there, it's like a tree bark. If you've ever tasted tree bark, it's got a bark flavor. Very, very nice. All right. Yeah. All right. Oh, come on, man. It's just one bloody thing after another today. What that cork place? Maybe they have a cologne that smells like this, but got that really smooth, delicate foam. I have Roger. I have Sean. I have James. I have Dave. I have comments I can see now. But on that screen, they're very low. But I can turn over there and I can see. There's an aftertaste. There's a definitive aftertaste. You know, a lot of times when you're drinking beer, as long as you keep drinking it, you never catch that aftertaste. But, hey! I did open it like a man, Corey. Thank you. It has it kind of tastes like Irish beer. I don't have the words. It's good. And it's crazy that there's science involved in the opening and the pouring and the drinking. It's crazy. But honestly, and the reason I appreciate Beer Snob Dave so much is because he gives me a sample of something I've never tried before. But if I bought a 6-pack of these, I'd kind of feel bad because I don't think I would ever drink them. All right, so we started the timer. We've worked through all of the frustrations of a dead camera and that. Just so many things that could go wrong went wrong today. But it's okay, because right now, it's you, it's me, it's the WARNO. Every Friday night, starting at 6 o'clock live on Facebook, we do the WARNO, tell you about things going on in and around the greater Harrisburg metropolitan area. Usually comedy related, but if I can find community service events, I put those out too. Now, I take a lot of slack, I take a lot of smack, I take a lot of... I'm trying not to say bad words, but you know what I take a lot of. Because I talk about things that are central to the greater Harrisburg metropolitan area, even though many of you out there are watching me from far, far distant lands. Far, far away. So I have to intersprinkle other things. Today, we will intersprinkle this. It's Pi Day. Yes. 314, the radius of a circus by the numbers and the timings of the things. It's Pi Day. I see you, Mother. I saw Mother at this distance. Maybe don't judge me. Hey, Barky. Earthy Barky. Yes. All right. I did Google the events, James. I get on the Enolas and the Camp Hills. I look for things. I do try to support my local community. The Lady of Lourdes Catholic Church every Friday night during Lent does a fish fry. Last week they served over 400 dinners. But you can't just drive up. You have to order in advance. Today, my beautiful partner in life brought home scraps from her lunch and allowed me to participate in the scraps, which was a exquisite piece of cod. Last week we went to Wise and we got some haddock. Look, I don't know if this is a thing or not, but can we not only do fried fish Fridays during Lent? Can we do that through the rest of the year? I digress. I was supposed to be talking about pie and somehow I got on fish. Fish pie. There we go. 314-159-265-8234. You know, people who are really smart say things like, I can recite pi to the 50th digit, which is really saying you could say a bunch of numbers that no one can really fact check quickly. 31415-92653. I got that down. That's 9 digits. And I know that because on March 14th, 2015 at 9:26 and 58. 58 seconds, 26 minutes, 9 hours. We did a pie run at exactly 9 digits of pie. Mother was there. He remembers. Bettridge Farm remembers. I've taken up a lot of your time. Let's get to the nitty-gritty. What's going on tonight? Well, nothing really. Other than the Harrisburg Comedy Zone, located at 110 Lime Klein Road. Right off of exit 83 there in the Boomerang Sports Entertainment and Casino Complex. You go there. The show starts at 8:15 on Friday nights. Doors open at 7:45. Tickets are $20. Who's performing tonight, T-Bone? Great question. Let me tell you, from memory alone, Brad Lanning is your headliner tonight. William McKenzie is your feature. Not the Bill McKenzie we all know and love who was the Alpha 5 in NMC before. Not that Master Chief Bill McKenzie. No, a completely different William McKenzie. I was just talking about the Pie Runner Road, Mother. You must have missed it. Brad Lanning, William McKenzie, and your local host, your feature tonight, Ali Essif. The doors open at 7:45. Show starts at 8:15. $20 to get in. The wonderful thing about the Comedy Zone in Harrisburg is drinks on the inside of the club, same as the drinks on the outside of the club. Same prices. Food on the inside of the club, same as the prices on the outside of the club. It's a great venue. It's a great time. They've got nationally touring comedians showing up every weekend, and we highlight it here. Friday night, doors open at 7:45. Show starts at 8:15. Brad Lanning, William McKenzie, Ali Asif. That's your Friday night. That's all I got. The Warno and Friday night at the Comedy Zone. On Saturday, at least here in Harrisburg, we are celebrating St. Patrick's Day. And there's a ton of St. Patrick's Day events going on in and around the greater Harrisburg metropolitan area. But downtown Harrisburg, starting at 11, all of the bars along 2nd Street are going to start opening up so you can do your pub crawls. The parade starts at 2 p.m. Be sure to wear your green or get pinched on the fanny if you don't. That is bar crawl. That is parade. I don't know if they turn the river green. I doubt it. Look, if you want to enjoy St. Patrick's Day in the United States, you go to one of 3 places. You go to Baston, you go to Savannah, or you go, this is going to be a surprise to many of you, you go to Reno. David Lee Inman. Thunderstruck Friday. Just thinking of you, my friend. So yeah, that's where you go. You go to Baston, you go to Savannah, or you go to Reno if you really want to enjoy St. Patrick's Day. But if you're in Harrisburg, you go down to 2nd Street, the clubs start opening at 11, you drink your way around town, you stand inebriated and watch people throw bleeds all over the place. And then, I don't know if I wrote down a time for this. I didn't write a time down. 2 things. 1, free parking. If you use the Park Mobile app anywhere within the city at a metered parking spot, and you put in the code LUV HBG, love Harrisburg, LUV HBG, you put that code in on the app, free parking for up to 4 hours. Huh? Who said you weren't going to get something out of this? So there you go. You got that. And then at Savannah's, they've got Clovers and Curves. That's tomorrow night at Savannah's. That is not a comedy show. It's just it's funny marketing, and I thought I would share. That is your Friday night. That is your Saturday. Saturday night, I don't have anything to provide you except the doors open at 8. The doors open at 7:30. Show starts at 8. Tickets are $20. Harrisburg Comedy Zone, hbgcomedyzone.com or harrisburgcomedyzone.com. One word. That's Brad Lanning, William McKenzie, and Ali Asif. A great show, great people, great talent. You're going to have a good time. I guarantee. That's your Friday. That's your Saturday. Moving on to Sunday. No, Chicago doesn't rate. In my book, Chicago, not in the top 3 St. Patty's Day festivals. I said it. I used to work in Chicago. The old department store. I used to work in Chicago. I don't work there anymore. I used to work in Chicago, the old department store. I used to work in Chicago. I don't work there anymore. Come along if you know the words. Sunday, starting at 10:30 live on Facebook. with less problems. It's the supplemental. Let me try that again. It's the supplemental. The supplemental. I got a laugh. I got a Spanish laugh from Mother. The supplemental is at 10:30 Sunday mornings. We do trivia. We do National Days of the Week. We do community service or comedy service notes when those are available. And if they're not available, we just move on through. It's a good time. It's a wonderful way to start your Sunday morning. 10:30 live on the Talks of the Ticks Now simulcast and on Facebook Live. That's 10:30 Sunday mornings. The only thing I've got going on Sunday night, Dom Driscoll, Corey Miller, Two Dog Productions. I don't know the name of it. Mad Dog Productions, I think he calls it. The doors open at 6. The comedy starts at 7 and it goes to 9. It's an open mic at The Den. The Den located on 1000 Hannah Street, right next door. Interconnecting. They touch each other. Interconnected to Savannah's, Harrisburg's premier jiggle joint is The Den. It is a jiggle joint setup, but for special events, no jiggles in the joint, just comedy. So doors open at 6, comedy starts at 7, usually ends around 9. That is your Friday. That is your Saturday. That is your Sunday. Is there anything else going on during the week? Sure there is. I'll tell you in just a second. Tuesdays and Thursdays at the Harrisburg Comedy Zone. At 8 o'clock, Howie! At 8 o'clock, it's open mic. Tuesdays is more of a local mic. These are more seasoned comedians, so they're doing longer times. Thursday night is the Royal Rumble free-for-all. There are 35, 40 comics up there, all getting some jokes in. And again, it's free. It's free to go there on Tuesday. It's free to go on Thursday. It costs you nothing but gas. You go there, you have a good time, drink a couple of beers, be responsible. Always be responsible, but especially St. Patrick's Day weekend, because, you know, they're going to get you. You may have been getting by for a long time, but they're going to get you. The only other thing I got going on this weekend, for me, personally, is the man love for a certain Lewis Hamilton. Oh my goodness, it's finally happened. Lewis Hamilton, one of the greatest Formula One drivers that ever lived, would win race after race after race. And I would get on the Twitters and I would tweet him at Lewis Hamilton. I hate you. I would say that every time he won. Every time he won, I would send him a tweet telling him I hate him. And there was no hate in my heart. I hated him because he's one of the greatest race car drivers of all time, but he wasn't wearing red. This Sunday in Australia, he's wearing red for the first time. He's going to win us a championship, he is. It won't be the first time. He's already wearing red. He's out there, practicing and qualifying, and it's a good time. Hey, I've been thinking about this. I got a little bit left. I got a good audience tonight. I got Timmy yelling at Howie yelling at Timmy. James, he does dress like an old woman. That is true. I'm going to break up with Ferrari, and I've been thinking about the breakup letter I'm going to write Ferrari. But in 2026, Cadillac is coming to Formula One. All my life, I've just been, trying to get with that Ferrari. I give everything to Ferrari. Unrequited, no love back from the Ferrari team. I gave all my love to Ferrari. I never got anything back. But that Cadillac, it changes the game, man. I've never broken up with an affiliation before like that, right? I'm a Buffalo Bills fan. I've never dumped the Buffalo Bills to go be an Oakland Raiders fan. I've never done that. But I'm going to do it with Formula One when Cadillac starts racing. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And you'll be there with me. There's everything going on this weekend. I apologize for all of the technical difficulties. I appreciate you hanging out with me on a Friday night for the length of one beer. Howie, you would have appreciated. Howie, you would definitely appreciate this beer. I'm sure you know about this beer and the little nitrogen ball inside and all of the stuff that is this. My friend Howie likes beer. I'm sure he drinks that beer. I'm sure he knows that beer. Anyway, oh look, my Amazon package finally showed up. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. I remind you today, as I remind you every day, just be the best person that you can be. And if you are a great person today, be an even better person tomorrow. Arriba, e bajo, e centro, e para dentro. That is crazy, man. Look at that. Look at that. I'm going to be honest. It got better. The more of it I drank, the better it got. All right. With that being said, I got to walk over there and turn it off, and it's not going to look cool. And I know you're talking shit about my shirt, Timmy. I mean, I'll cut that out later, but don't do that. I love you. No shit. Bye.